A boy walking along a road at 3 kilometers per hour is overtaken by a truck traveling at 40 kilometers per hour. Overtaken by a truck? So that tells me that the boy is walking on the road at whatever his speed is, and then the truck comes from behind, right? The truck comes from behind, traveling in the same direction as the boy, and then overtakes the boy. All right. And the speeds are given, of course, the truck is faster. All right. If the truck breaks down 1 kilometer beyond where it passes the boy, if the truck breaks down 1 kilometer beyond where it passes, so the truck comes from behind, the boy is walking, truck comes from behind. From the point where it passes the boy, it carries on traveling for 1 kilometer and then it breaks down. Okay. How many minutes after the breakdown does the boy reach the truck? How many minutes after the breakdown? What does that mean after the breakdown? That we're not looking at time from the point when the truck passed the boy. We're looking at time from the point when the truck had already broken down. That's when the clock starts, right? Truck breaks down, the clock starts. Now, how many minutes will the boy take to reach the truck? That's what we have to figure out here. Okay. So we'll discuss two different approaches to get to the answer here. That will be the common theme for most questions we'll deal with today. For most questions, we'll discuss multiple approaches. All right. So what's going on here? Let's say point A is the overtake point. That's where the truck initially passes the boy, right? And then point B is the breakdown point, where after 1 kilometer, the truck breaks down. All right. Now, what's the time taken by the truck to travel the 1 kilometer? Well, its speed is 40 kilometers per hour. So 1 kilometer would be 1 by 40 hours, right? The truck takes 1 by 40 hours to reach point B. And then in that time, how much distance does the boy travel in that time? Basically, the boy, by the time the truck reaches point B, the boy would no longer be at point A. The boy is also walking for that much time. So the boy would have reached somewhere over here, right? So that distance is 3 by 40 kilometers. In those 1 by 40 hours, the boy would have traveled some distance. It's not like he was waiting at point A while the truck continued moving. Okay, so 3 by 40, then what? How much distance is left now? Well, the boy needs to travel a total of 1 kilometer. Of that 1 kilometer, he's already traveled 3 by 40. So what's left is 37 by 40. That much distance now the boy needs to travel. We know his speed, 3 kilometers per hour. That will help us figure out how long he'll take. Right? So distance upon speed, 37 upon 40 upon 3 gives me the time. 37 upon 40 times 3, hours. This is in hours. The question is how many minutes after the breakdown, right? So I convert the hours into minutes and I get 37 by 2, which is nothing but 18 and a half. Where's the last option? There we go. The answer is E. Not B, which actually was the most common answer. And why you guys would have got B, I'm guessing, is because you did not take this portion into account. How many minutes after the breakdown does the boy reach the truck? Right? The boy takes 20 minutes to travel 1 kilometer, but he's been already traveling for some time. So actually, if you think about it, without any of these calculations, I could have understood initially itself that the answer has to be less than 20 minutes. Why is that? Because to get from point A to point B, overall, the boy takes 20 minutes, and the boy would have been walking while the truck got from point A to point B also. Right? For that duration, the boy would have been walking as well. So anyway, the answer would be less than 20 minutes, because for the remainder portion, the boy would take something less than 20 minutes. On that basis alone, actually, we could just eliminate these two options. We would still need to go through this to calculate, but then at least 20 should not have been our answer. All right, I'll discuss one more way to get to the answer here, and then in case you guys have any questions, we'll take them up. Same question. Now, before we get into any sort of solving any equations, let's just understand what's happening. What time do we need to figure out? So the truck passes the boy. After passing, the truck travels for 1 kilometer, breaks down. While the truck is traveling that 1 kilometer, the boy is walking also, right? From the point when the truck broke down, now how much longer will the boy take to reach the breakdown point? That's what we have to figure out. How did we get 20 minutes? What was 20 minutes? Basically the time from the passing point to the breakdown point. To cover that entire 1 kilometer, how long will the boy take? Now, how long had the boy been walking already? Well, as long as the truck took to reach from point A to point B. That's how long the boy had been walking already. Right? For the entire distance of 1 kilometer, the boy would have taken certain time. Of that time, how long had the boy been walking already? The duration that the truck took to reach from point A to point B. For that duration, the boy had been walking already before we start noting the time. So we can use this understanding directly to get to our answer also. What I mean is, basically we know their speeds. Now, how long does the boy take to reach from point A to point B overall to cover this 1 kilometer? His speed is 3 kilometers per hour, right? We'll use that. And then we'll also figure out how long does the truck take to reach from point A to point B. And then since what we care about is how many minutes after the breakdown, what I'll do is from the time the boy takes to travel the entire distance, I will subtract the time that he'd been walking already. How much time had he been walking already? The time it took the truck to reach the other point, which is nothing but 0.2 here. So basically what I'll do is 1 minus 2. Now, what's the time taken by the boy to reach A to B? 3 kilometers in 1 hour. 1 hour, that's a speed. So 1 kilometer in terms of minutes will be how much? 1 kilometer in 20 minutes, right? And then for the truck, it's 40 kilometers in 60 minutes. So 1 kilometer in how long? 60 by 40 or 1.5 minutes. So what's the remaining time? 20 minutes minus 1.5 minutes. That's 18.5. That's option E. We could get to the answer this way also.